That is it.
So there we are. Let me quickly skip through here because, all right. And I'm going to stop with this one. Never worry about who will be offended if you speak the truth. Just worry about who will be misled. Just worry about who will be deceived. Just worry about those who will be destroyed if you don't speak. And the truth must not only be the truth, but the truth must be told. It doesn't do you any good to know the truth and you keep it in safe harbor within yourself. You don't explain. You don't share. Doesn't know. All right. So that's where we're at. Now today is gonna be a very fiery session. So yeah, this video is from Jameson Daly, Jamaican storyteller. Here we go.
As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero. Being a hero requires great sacrifice for others, not just ourselves. We learned about the heroes of Jamaica's past and how much of themselves and their lives they had to give in building a nation we should be proud to call home. They believed in a Jamaica that was more than just a country, more than just an island, more than land surrounded by water. They believed in a dream of a free nation of people. A nation built on the foundation of their sacrifices. A nation of many people working as one. A nation that would continue to produce legends and nation builders that serve towards that vision. As children, we were also taught the national pledge, a solemn promise, an undertaking. I would like to believe Sir Hugh Sherlock, while writing this pledge, understood the vision and dreams of our heroes. It's clear being a hero is too much to ever ask any one citizen. Luckily, the pledge does not require heroics of any of us. It merely asks that we honor our heroes by striving to advance our nation and ultimately inspire the world, like they and many Jamaicans have done. It's important we remember those words. These words. Before God and all mankind, I pledge love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race.
People are asking for pull up. So in that vein, here we go, folks. Here we go.
As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero. Being a hero requires great sacrifice for others, not just ourselves. We learned about the heroes of Jamaica's past and how much of themselves and their lives they had to give in building a nation we should be proud to call home. They believed in a Jamaica that was more than just a country, more than just an island, more than land surrounded by water. They believed in a dream of a free nation of people, a nation built on the foundation of their sacrifices, a nation of many people working as one, a nation that would continue to produce legends and nation builders that serve towards that vision. As children, we were also taught the national pledge, a solemn promise, an undertaking. I would like to believe Sir Hugh Sherlock, while writing this pledge, understood the vision and dreams of our heroes. It's clear being a hero is too much to ever ask any one citizen. Luckily, the pledge does not require heroics of any of us. It merely asks that we honor our heroes by striving to advance our nation and ultimately inspire the world, like they and many Jamaicans have done. It's important we remember those words. These words. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. If you are like me, a Jamaican born and raised on this land, maybe you will remember saying those words, singing that song in a classroom or some general assembly. If so, like me, you made a pledge. Somehow it seems like many of us have forgotten that. The crime and violence, the indiscipline and short-sightedness, the corruption, the lack of respect for our beautiful lands we are blessed with, and the waters that surround and nurtures us. We have to do better. Let us honor our heroes so that they would not have sacrificed so much in vain. I hope this video can make a difference to even one soul. If so, it would all be worth it. If you feel the way I do, share it. May my voice become yours. Thanks for watching.
Beautiful video. we want to thank Mr. Jameson Daly for bringing that
Yes.
to our attention. And as he said, share it, and we must do that. Kevin.
You know, hearing those words, seeing some of the sites at the beginning of the pledge, they focus the drone shot of Holy Trinity, and my high school days were right next door at St. George's College. So that big green lush space you saw to the left of Holy Trinity Cathedral, that's Winchester Park. St. George's College, they call that bottom field, the
Mm-hmm.
field down by North Street. And I played, 2 years of football on that field. But outside of that, it takes me back home and hearing the pledge when I was in primary school. My days at St. Richard's Primary, right there on Riddles Road, inside that majestic cathedral, that chapel, that church hall. And we would say that pledge. And it brings back so many memories and invokes so much emotion. And to think of what I knew of my homeland then to what we see and know of it now, it makes you ask the question, where did we go wrong? And it's important that we focus on the we, because the moment you start saying, where did they go wrong? Big up Jillian. When the moment you said, where did they go wrong? You're taking yourself out of the equation. And every one of us here right now, anybody that is listening, however far from now, to the rebroadcast of this broadcast, you're a part of this. You separate yourself from it, and I don't know what to say. You've taken yourself out of the equation. There's nothing that you can do about it if you're removing yourself from it. You have to be involved in it to actually make some kind of contribution. And even if your contribution is to ask a question to a representative of the people, you're contributing something, because now it is that you're planting the seed of a thought.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to look at this on a large scale, and you have to be very involved. You have to make it, you have to own it. And when I see people say things like, they did, this person did, okay, so what are we going to do about it? And again, I put the we because I included myself, and you can't take yourself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see comments referring to a particular party destroying the nation, you have to ask the question, okay, where are the other representatives that
Mm-hmm.
that are there standing in our stead?
Mm-hmm.
Where are the people of Jamaica who this is affecting, the people in Jamaica who this is affecting more than those of us who are outside of Jamaica?
Mm-hmm.
And I say more because it's not that we are not affected. I'm affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
I say it all the time that I haven't been home in such a long time, but still I'm affected by it because I still stay Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's even from this point moving forward, let us be inclusive of the change. If we're pointing fingers, make sure we're including ourselves, because once you go some point the finger in it, one going forward, look how many coming back. See them? These? They all come back.
Mm-hmm.
So let's be inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Rebel.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by Mr. Jeffrey Tavares and Head Boy. Let me bring on Mr. Jeffrey Tavares. He was one of the persons in the chat who said, all and pull up. and we did. Any comments on the video, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Rattigan, for having me on your program. The man himself, Kevin Stew, who is always here to make sure everything goes well. You know, one of the reasons why I said to you to pull up that video, Mr. Rattigan, is because it brings back a lot of memory to me. And I grew up in a home where, you know, you were taught to speak proper English, and you were taught to make sure that you have to say the national pledge and sing the national anthem. And when you hear the national anthem being sung, you have to get up and stand at attention. Back in the days with the old JBC, and you have the you know, the black and white TV, when you hear that, you have to get up and sing the anthem and the pledge. And the way how they do this video, we as Jamaicans, as what Kevin says, where did we go wrong as a people? We can't blame politicians for what's going on in this country. We're going to blame ourselves. We as Jamaicans, we allow certain things to happen. And it's for us now, as we reflect on the national anthem, we reflect on the national pledge. It's for us now as a people to really come together and take back this country of ours. If we truly love this country, it's for us now to take it back and bring back this country where it's supposed to be, that we can leave a Jamaica, a better Jamaica for our children. And, you know, it is time for us not to think about politics or politicians. It's time for us to think about this piece of rock in the Caribbean Sea, the gem of the Caribbean. And all of us, every single one of us, have a part to play in bringing back this country.
I felt nostalgic a while ago. Remember when me I go a river go catch Janga, yeah, and me I get licked for stay away from Riverside. In Southwest we had a place behind Tinsupen Airport. I think you would know it. We used to call it Bolo. Yeah, when you know the pipe with bus, they had a big main that was bus running behind Tinsupen. And I used to go there. I go into Tavares Gardens, go swim at lunchtime, and by 12 o'clock I get some licks. I want to tell you, Jeff, Ratty, I really appreciated the video, brother. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's kind of ease into the program now. Let's start with this video. And ease into the program. Check this out.
Can be properly loyal to a country who isn't prepared to abandon a political party.
Could you repeat that for us, please?
I said no one can be properly loyal to a country without being prepared to abandon a political party. The party is not the agency of governmental representation. It is merely an informal association for those who are in the struggle for power, the contest for power. It does not command primary loyalty and should not command primary loyalty, because to do so means to betray one's fundamental commitments to one's country.
Hear that? Hear that? Hear that? Deep. We're slowly easing into the program, people. And so now I'm going to bring you, here we talk about how we should hold government officials accountable. I'm going to play you something now. And this is one of my favorite politicians from South Africa. In the coming weeks, we're going to bring you politicians from all over Africa. People who look like we. We don't want to, we can bring, people from Europe and elsewhere, but let's start at home first. I want you to listen carefully to how this man questions the equivalent of a permanent secretary in Jamaica. I want you to listen. And I'm just hoping for the day that we can actually have something like this in Jamaica. Maybe that day is not too far away. Maybe, just maybe. Here we go.
Honorable souls, Mr. Mgawani, did the minister lie when she said you participated in the selection and evaluation panel that was created to appoint CETA board chairpersons?
I don't know whether she lied. I don't think I'm in a better position to say she lied or she did not lie. But I did clarify my role. I don't think I will be doing justice to the honorable members to say what I don't know. But what I am saying about my role is the truth. I'm not lying.
If I have to believe you, I'll rephrase. You saying to us you did not participate, correct?
That is correct.
The minister says you did participate, correct?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Who's lying?
Rest your head on natural luxury. Avocados certified organic.
I know that I'm not lying, but I don't know whether she's lying or not.
It's okay. So if you not lying, because remember now, for the record, you are saying that you are not lying under oath. Now, about you, is the minister lying about you participating?
I will repeat. It will not be fair to say she is lying because that is not what I know. I am only saying what I know about myself. I have indicated that I did get a letter of appointment. Paragraph 5 of that letter, dated 17 March 2025, states that you will be invited to the meeting.
No, you can't do that to me now. Nah? Let me rather put it, what would be fair? How would you describe what the minister has done concerning your participation? How would you describe that? What would you call it? I would call it she lied about you. What would you call it?
Honorable member, I don't think I'm in a position to say my minister lied. I work for the department.
Okay, but what did you do?
I think I will kindly request to say what I know.
Just tell me how you define it. I'm saying she's lying. Based on your version of testimony, you are now saying you're not going to say that she lied. It's fine. What did she do? What would you use? What word would you use?
I don't know.
You don't know what she did. All right. Mr. Advocate, did the minister lie when she said you have been appointed chairperson of the selection panel for CETA board members and you did not participate or attend any meetings?
Let me first answer your question and then I'll deal with the contextual issues after. If the sole question is whether on the sequence of events, i.e., if...
Advocate, please bring the mic closer to your mouth.
Oh, sorry. If one takes the chronology into account, i.e., by the 17th of June, at the time when the minister issued her statement indicating that I had been appointed and that I chaired the process but did not attend meetings. At that time, the minister, as she acknowledges in Annexure F, that she had been told by me in the letter of 16th June that I did not chair because no attorney appointed me. And if the conversation on the 17th, before issuance of that statement, which she acknowledges in Annexure F, that fact was also brought to her attention. Was there any basis for the minister to say that I chaired and was appointed and did not attend? No, there was no basis. I mean, it's now admitted. So if then the question is, was that statement truthful by the minister on the 17th? No, it was not truthful.
Did the minister lie?
The lawyer in me would want to give the minister a benefit of a doubt to explain whatever it is that she did. But if what I'm saying is true, what the minister said is not true. In other words, they can't both reside, or they can't both coexist.
Is it plausible for me to say, when you say what the minister said is untrue, is it plausible for me to say she lied?
It's open to you, my honorable member, to say that. And let me just say,
just because of my time, advocate, yes. How would you, as an advocate,
yes,
what would you call an untrue statement? Would you call it a lie?
Yes, I would.
Is it a lie?
Honorable member, again, I say it with the understanding that the minister will still explain what she did. And I understood why the minister needs to be here. I don't want to have to speak with in circumstances where the minister can't explain.
Okay. Thank you, advocate. Yes. I raise chairperson.
Oh, that is what we are talking about. That is what we are talking about. That I would love to have a permanent secretary. You know what I would love to have, Jeffrey? I would love to have the gentleman who's responsible for procurement in Minister Vaz's ministry. I would love to have him sit in front of me and I ask him about procurement, about
indeed
in the procurement process for the 110 buses. I would love to ask him. I would love to sit on the commission for the integrity commission. I would love to ask some of these people these questions, because guess what? The journalists, they're not asking the questions. The citizens are not asking the questions of their politicians. They're asking the questions, but they're asking amongst themselves. They're not asking who should be asked. And so every time I watch these videos, and I follow the South African Parliament very, very closely, and I see that they're trying to bring account for the process, I applaud them. They have problems. Don't get me wrong. They have some serious problems. But I see where they're trying to get citizens involved. They're trying to get things done. And I would love to be a part of that change in Jamaica. Kevin, make some comments, and Jeffrey, and then Headboy, and then we'll move to something else.
You know, every time I watch the videos of this guy doing an interrogation, well, asking questions, the poise, the calm, the confidence, the clarity with which he speaks. It's
let me just stop you right there, Kevin. You know why him can do that, Kevin?
Because he know the answer. Like FBI train him. Listen, man, I am like, so, all right, how long did it take for them to get to this point where they're asking the tough questions? And because this is happening in real time. This was what, this week or last week?
Last week.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is ongoing, and we're watching this as it unfolds. When we get these snippets of it, we have to follow up, of course, to know what is happening, and if any charges are brought, any prosecution happens, things like that. But this is where we need to be, and when we ask the question, so okay, what did you do? When did you do it? All right, show me. These simple questions, that is where we need to be at. The pointing fingers, we don't need to point fingers anymore, because guess what? We know what was done. It's obvious what was done. We see the results of what was done. We need it to fix. How are you going to fix it? How are we going to fix it? And so I want that kind of confidence in our parliament. And when I say in our parliament, I'm talking about both sides, the ruling side and the opposition, because we need to hold each other accountable. Having accountability partners, you don't get an accountability partner from someone that you don't talk to. Your accountability partner is someone that you're close to. So if we are all for Jamaica, the people that are representing us in parliament need to have the mindset that we do. And they need to be able to hold each other accountable. So me see it.
All right, sir. The Tavares.
I listen to it, and it reminds me where you're in the court and you have the lawyer cross-questioning the witness or something of the sort. You'll never see that in Jamaica, because I don't think what we have in Jamaica is a system in which we can really ask the pertinent questions. And why I say that is because when you listen to some things going on in the parliament, to me, it's a friend thing going on in the parliament. And you and I, Mr. Rattigan, was privy to be speaking to a journalist from Jamaica about a week ago or a couple of days ago, where the journalists don't have, well, I shouldn't say they don't have, they can, but when they try to do so, you have the persons who are in charge of them muzzling them. So when they want to ask questions, some really good questions of the opposition leader or the prime minister, they can't. And sometimes we cannot blame them. We cannot blame them, because if they have a story to run, and they bring it to Kevin. Kevin is in charge of Kevin Stew Media, and he has something on Headboy or on Jeffrey, and he bring it to Kevin. Kevin gonna say, stand down, we can't run that, because if we don't get that person money to run ads or whatever, the company is doomed. So it's all about money, how you can get them the ads within the company. So majority of the stuff that's going on in Jamaica is just left along the way. The poor journalists, they can't do nothing about it. What happened in South Africa's parliament, I respect that, and I love the way how the man asks questions. I wish and hope that the day will come when we in Jamaica can truly ask some questions of our permanent secretaries, the way how I see what's going on in South Africa. Mr. Rattigan, over to you, sir.
Yeah, well, and it's funny that you mentioned that, Jeffrey, about asking questions and things like that, because people, and I don't mean to put Jeffrey on the spot, but we had a nice event last week, actually, where we were actually taking to on the road and inviting people to come out and listen and participate in what we're doing. And right now, Jeffrey Tavares is setting up to do the same thing down in Florida, and we're going to support him. We're going to go down there and we're going to support him. So, Jeffrey, whenever you're ready, set the thing up and we knock the pins them down. All right, sir?
Kevin and I will be setting it up.
Okay.
Does Kevin know this? Does Kevin know
I just found out. Hey, boy, what do you
Yeah,
think
man.
about?
Hey, I
Mhm.
want to tell you, Ratty, I agree with you 150%. I don't want to see no European politician on this platform or any European civil servant. I want to see people of my color, whether they're from Ghana, which is, of course, for us who are of maroon descent, we have stake our claim to Ghana. And and what was interesting about the South African Parliament, a parliament that I enjoy watching, by the way, because if anybody know me, I'm a big fan of Julius Malema, and
Mm.
so I like I like the rebel, you know, and
Yeah.
but but you realize the questioning, and I want to commend the South African Parliament, particularly the new opposition that has come in, the MK party. Yeah, what we're seeing happening in South Africa is what we need to see happening in Jamaica. We see some young people who have attended university, who have built their careers in different aspects of South African life, and they're holding the government feet to the fire. Right now, there are other committees in Parliament that was looking at some other breaches, even the breaches from the Prime Minister's, from the President Ramaphosa's point of view. And I really want to commend the exchange here because these are the sort of questioning. But I saw something similar, and I wondered if the gentleman, the chair of the board, is some way related to some of our board chairmen in Jamaica. Because that's the same way when they come to the Public Appropriations Committee to answer questions. If you watch the PAC, sometimes it's the same way Michael Phillips, Fitz Jackson, and others have to grill them to get out the answers out of them. So I really appreciated the clip because it shows us that with a level of grilling, you can, because the man essentially wanted to say the minister lie, but he no want to lose in position.
No, lose him up.
so, so
He
the
himself work
reality
at
of it is we can see the similarities, and that is why now we need to advocate more broadly for the intervent. Ministers should not have so much power on board appointments. They should not have so much. The boards should be appointed similar like how we have the Public Services Commission. We should have a commission that looks at skilled people, whether it's in the diaspora, whether it's in Jamaica, right? And match those skill sets according to board with no political persuasion, but the politics of Jamaica is political spoils and scarce benefits. So them going to appoint them friend anyway. That's my few point there.
them using a word saying that the manifesto is aspirational. That's a new word now, And I guess they got it from Philip Palmer. He was the one who used that word, and they've been watching the program. So now they figure that they can jump on the bandwagon and use it. No can't use it. No can't use it. No. No can't use it. When Philip can't use it and Philip can get away, Philip can get away because Philip's party is not in power. So Philip can say whatever he wants to say about the thing being aspiration. The government's manifesto is a commitment to the people of Jamaica saying that these are the things we're going to do. So you can't get out of that. And as I said, if you're just joining us, we talked about the fact that they now have a booklet of achievement, which I suspect is going to be different from the manifesto. It shouldn't, must not be a part of the manifesto. And Minister Kamina Johnson Smith and Senator Marlon Morgan, if you're listening, please send me an advance copy of the manifesto so I can go through it. Because I love doing that. I love reading, and especially things that affect my people. I love reading. So send it to me so I can take a look at it. Because from what I'm seeing, you guys are not very good at editing anything.
So, Mr. Ratigan, you
Yes.
want to review the editor's edit?
Yes, and there is very good reason for doing that. I will show you something how they misspell Jamaica. I will show you how they misspell Errol Flynn. All right. I think they misspell Errol. I can show you some things inside there, but the spelling errors aside, we want to look at what they said there. We're going to do that today. because they're not going to come. They're not going to just throw it out and fly past the stop sign. No, we're going to stop them at the stop sign. I said, no, no, no. Let's examine what you've produced, and that's exactly what we're going to do. No, I'm going to show you something now, and it just goes to show how important ATIs are. We need to file them, and like Janet Calder said last week, one person can make a difference, but it's easier when we come together as a community to try to make that difference. I'm going to show you a document now, and I have lots of these things. I'm going to show you a document concerning a promise that was made in 2016 that should have benefited middle class communities. I'm going to show it to you now, and then we can have a discussion. This is, here we go. The 2016 Manifesto. Next year, February will be, 10 years here in power, right? Oh, Kevin, I want you to take a look at this. Kevin, Edward, Jeffrey Tavares, our lovely family members in the audience elsewhere. JLP 2016, man. And look, we're not making none. What we are doing, we are hold them accountable. We hold them accountable in a measured manner. Measured manner. We're not going to call them no name or not like that, although they deserve to be called. But we're going to take them piece by piece and pull them apart. Look at it. You've seen this before, some of you. This is in 2016, the Prime Minister is saying, dear friends and colleagues, I have a problem with that. He's talking to his folks, his people. But here, Kevin, it says friends and colleagues. You're sending out a manifesto to your people. It says friends and colleagues, right? I don't know how many of you consider him your friend or your colleague. I know that he doesn't consider most of you his friend or his colleague. We'll get into that. But I just want to show you something. Here. And then, Kevin, I must use green whenever I do it. You can read that, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
It says the Jamaica Labour Party is very clear, not kind of clear or sort of clear, very clear in its focus and delivery objectives for the next 5 years. What he's saying is that all of these things that we're focused on, we're going to deliver them in the next 5 years. So by 2021, these things are going to be fulfilled. All right. In the same document, they came up with a 10-point plan, and they said this 10-point plan is a plan for prosperity. This is 2016. Said, trust me, people. Trust me. We follow this plan. We are destined for success. Let's look at part of this plan. So that it's a partner with me. We're partnering for prosperity. Let's go down to premium. Let's go down to they have 10 points that they said, these things we're gonna do these things in the next 5 years, and everything is gonna be fine. Jamaica is gonna be hunky dory. The Vision 2030 event will take place. We will become a developed country, so on and so forth. One of them is this, and this is for the last week Wednesday. If you're interested in the judiciary, last week Wednesday we showed you where they promised that they were going to do certain things for the Chief Justice, and also if you're interested in banking, what they're going to do for the governor of the bank, how they're going to appoint those people, and then we showed you that they knew when they made the promise that they couldn't do it. They knew, but they promised anyway. But look at number 4. Number 4, it says we will list on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, because remember they were saying, and later on they said that Jamaica Stock Exchange was the most productive stock exchange in the world, or one of. And so here is something that they promised before they took power. They said we will list on the Jamaica Stock Exchange several state-owned enterprises such as UDC. This one is. That's 4. Go down to 10. Okay. 10. We will revitalize and rebuild our town centers and cities. And he said government will lead us. Government will lead the way. Clear vision, policy, and commitment to right. Make everything nice for everybody. That we will start redevelopment of Kingston waterfront market. The Burnham Field corridor.
Rebel. Sorry. Sorry. Something just went, like something just switched on your audio just now. A strange noise came in and your mic went down a little bit low. I know you didn't touch anything.
No, I didn't touch anything. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, Mr. Rattigan, what happened? You're turning away from the mic to read the thing there. Can the mic go back where a little bit where you are when you're reading the thing on the computer?
Right, so, no problem. Can put it right. How about this?
Loud and clear from Negril Point to Moran Point and Waterhouse.
All right. Yeah, Waterhouse inside there, so you know. But here is the thing now. I want you to focus on this part here. He says we're going to do all of this Kingston waterfront, and we're going to do all of this to Burnham Field. And how will we fund it? We will fund it. It is. This will be partially funded by the listing of the UDC on the stock market. See that? Twice in the 10-point plan, they mentioned UDC. Here it is right here. Right there, 4. Oh, here it is right there. Them going to list UDC. So them said it's going to attract new capital and unleash the economic and job creation potential. And by the way, I don't know who responsible for this. If it's Senator Morgan or if it's Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith. But this word here, this word, I don't think that word should be there. Economic and job creation potential latent in them. I think they mean potential talent, but they put latent.
That's Senator Morgan. That's not Camila. That's Senator Morgan.
I think they meant talent. They're dyslexic, right? Them put. I don't know, Kevin. I'm just saying. I'm not an English major, you know. I'm a Patois major. That's my language.
No, you're correct. I'm sorry to cut you, Ratty. You're absolutely correct. Latent cannot be in that same sentence. Yeah, okay, it should be talent. You're correct. No, you're correct. Right. Latent has no use in that sentence.
Right. So they mentioned
absolutely
UDC,
none.
And they come back and they mention UDC right here. Right? No, people. This is 2016. Here's what me do now. Me with my bossy self now go ask them about that. And here's how them respond to me. And I want to big up UDC, you know, because UDC, they're very good at responding. And they're very honest. It's July 30th. It's a few days ago. They responded to me. And they said, dear Mr. Rattigan, your request for information under the Access to Information Act, and they put in quotation marks, this is what I asked them. In its 2060 manifesto, the JLP promised to list the UDC and the Jamaica Stock Exchange and use funding from that initiative to partially fund the Vernon Field corridor, blah, blah, blah. Here's how they respond to me. They say, Mr. Rattigan, we write further to your request. Oh, and this is a good training exercise for ATIs, because look at what happened right here. They said, we write further to your request and transferred from the office of the Prime Minister to the Urban Development Corporation. This is how it's supposed to work. You send it to a place, a ministry where it's not supposed to go, they are supposed to transfer it for you and tell you immediately that, listen, you send it to the wrong place. We have sent it to the right place, and here is confirmation. So I want to big up UDC, and I want to big up the office of the Prime Minister. I know not too often we big them up, but in this case, we big them up. Look what I'm saying now. Look what I'm saying right here. Please be advised that the Urban Development Corporation is not currently listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Why? The corporation has not been listed because it has not received any formal policy instructions from the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation to initiate or pursue such a listing.
Okay. So, 2016 manifesto says, we are going to, and this is the aspiration. So where's the perspiration from the inspiration for the aspiration?
No perspiration. No perspiration. See, the promise, you know, they promised twice in the 10-point plan, you know. The 10-point plan for growth. Twice they mentioned it. They mentioned that we're going to list it, and they said, guess what? For the Kingston waterfront and the Vernon Field corridor, we're going to use the money that we get from UDC being on the stock exchange. We're going to use that money to partially fund those initiatives. 2016. 2025, UDC says, we haven't gotten any instructions to list on the stock exchange. So no money is coming to fund anything from us. Adrian, big up yourself, because Adrian always answer me. See, Adrian right there, so. Yeah, Adrian, good people. Bless up yourself, my brother. Bless up yourself. So, I can remove that. We have many more examples. And in fact, this actually should be in the segment, your retro, we catch you. Because them lie. And you see, that's why I know you see them come out, them run out now with them achievement, you know, Kevin. Because they know, say we run here, we are look at what's going on, you know. And even with the achievements, Kevin, them come out and it's your problem with the achievements. So now the question is this. We have the Prime Minister for talk about with what if the court put a tight the noose around him neck. We have Minister Vaz with the bus where we're going to deal with him.
Drive over on cliff.
Right. And we also have the achievements. And we are think now, say, what we are doing now is, Freedom said, why are you calling up Adrian name? Freedom, easy yourself, because Freedom, don't think them don't know, say him send it to me. The government send it to me, Freedom. So don't think them don't know. Them know. And it's not the first time him send it to me. It's not the first time I call him name. So just easy, relax. So, I could go now to Kevin, find the let me grab my notes. And by the way, Adrian can't stop sending stuff to me, because when me send it under the law, I have to send it. And he know exactly what happened if him don't send it, because we're working on a lawsuit right now with a journalist in Jamaica, but we don't want to preempt anything. We're going to get to it pretty soon. Kevin, pull up the thing there for me. Pull up the thing for me. All of you who concerned about Adrian, you need to take a chill pill and stop talk. Because here's what happened. The government sent it to me. They know Adrian. Adrian have nothing to do with it except that Adrian here has to put the thing there and respond to me. I can tell you about a gentleman right now that is at the center of a firestorm in Jamaica. And that gentleman said to me, Rattigan, you send me the ATI, I have no choice but to respond to you and everybody will know and it's not a problem. Because I said to him, I'm going to play it on my show. And he said, you can play it on your show. It's not a problem because I am forced to do it. It's not like it's a secret and I'm giving you something that I'm not supposed to give to you. I have to give it to you. Okay. Freedom, don't mess with me them way because when I do them things, I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? Serious as a judge. So if you don't have anything positive to say right now, don't distract me. Don't distract me. It's freedom. Yeah. All right. And all I want to take cue from that because I'm in a serious mood this evening. All right. Kevin, pull up thing for me now, please. Pull up the achievements.
Oh. Think of something hard you got to ask me for now, you know. Hey. Okay, here we go. Celebration of achievements. Here we go. Oh, that's.
Oh, by the way, you want to put up ours? You want to put up ours?
Yeah, put up that one first.
No, put up theirs first. Put up theirs first. Yeah, put up theirs first. We're going to walk on through this.
Did you go through this and close it out?
Is it this one? Is it that?
No. This one is just the one picture. No, sir.
You have it. I sent it to you.
Yes, man. I had loaded up in this folder here. All right, go on. Let me pull it down again.
Yeah, folks. What we did was we went through the achievement list, and we also went through the 100-page document. I spent hours yesterday going through that 108-page document from the court, the affidavit, and I'm telling you, I'm going to show Mr. Craig Beresford. I'm going to show you something today that I think most people missed. I'm going to show you a couple of things. And I think most people miss them. And I'm just bringing them to your attention so that you can understand when you hear what's going on, that there is something else besides what you're hearing or what you're reading. And remember, one of the things that we do around here is critical thinking. So I'm going to show you when you get a document, what you need to do with the document. Don't listen to people telling you all kinds of things and just run with it. Yes, you can listen, but just don't run with it. Listen and then go and read for yourself. And if you still don't understand, call me. Call somebody and say, hey, listen, I read this thing. I'm not quite sure what it says. Is this what it says? And you go forward with it. But I don't want you ever to listen to what people are saying and don't check it out for yourself, because that is a recipe for disaster. That is a recipe for disaster. That's not it, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster. So, and when you get a document, don't look. I generally don't look at the page numbers. I don't let it bother me. 300, 500, 600 pages. I just start reading, and I just get immersed. I just get involved in the reading and what is going on, to the point
Yeah,
where,
I see that as something that you do all the time.
yeah, you just you get involved in it, and believe me, then it becomes fun. It becomes interesting. It's not a chore.
No, man,
Yeah.
this was the second affidavit. This one wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that affidavit we're going to discuss today.
Yeah, but that one is in
All right, let me send it
the other tab.
back to you right
Yeah,
now.
send it again.
All right, hold on a second. So I need you when you get a document, people, that you read it. And then when you come around here and I read something to you, generally, I show you the document. And then I ask you, I tell you where the document can be found, and I ask you to go and read it yourself. And if you still and if you want, you can after reading it, you can go and seek a second, a third, or fourth opinion, because guess what? I'm not always right, but I'm going to force you to think. I'm going to force you to challenge me, and I'm going to force you to challenge yourselves, right? So let's just be clear on that whatever it is I'm showing you, you should go ahead and review it yourself. Let me just say something to you, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but people, don't stop me when I'm up on a floor. Don't stop me. Don't make no silly comments, because I'm going to run off you now, because you know this is serious business. And so when you see me up on a run, and don't come in a foolishness and ask me, tell me about people are civil servant and people are this. At the end of the day, we need answers to our questions. That is immaterial. And this just threw me off a while ago with Freedom. Ask me about things. The Freedom, don't do that again. I don't mean to chastise you publicly, but I mean to send a message clearly to everyone. When you come up on a Saturday, especially this period right now where we have an election coming up, don't distract me. If you have nothing better to say, shut them out and listen, or leave. You don't have to watch this program, you know. There are lots of things you can do. You can go wash your clothes, wash your dishes, go shopping. And when I see a side, I no one never say, you know why? Because this is critical that we buckle down and pay attention to what is important to the people of Jamaica. Right? And if I send an ATI and a civil servant right and put him name on it, and I call up the civil servant and say, thank you for sending this to me, it's nobody's business. What should be everybody's business is what is contained in that ATI, and how we can reflect on it and say, well, the government did this, the government did that, and how we can compare and contrast. I don't mean to belabor the point. I don't mean to be rude. But if you have nothing interesting to say about what we're doing, shut your mouth, and the door is always open. You can leave. I don't care who you are. All right. Bring my can't answer the screen. I can't answer the screen, brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your camera, Mr. You need to go back a little bit more, because your half of your head is gone.
All right, good.
No, he came forward just now.
So Bringle, because Freedom did something a while ago, which I didn't appreciate. I'm have to call her out. So right now, people, we're serious. We're up on a track here right now, which part? There's no turning back. Because right now, and please, nobody call me right now. I don't want nobody call me right now. I'm in a mood right now, right? We are all government accountable, and we don't want to be distracted. We want to pay attention to the message, right? And if you have something where you want to talk to me about, you can call me offline, and we can talk. But don't ever try to distract me when we're up on our road. People pay close attention to what we are going through right now. This is what they're giving you. They're handing them up. In fact, you know what? Wait, Kevin. With Minister Chuck. Somebody said that. Well, you know, I won't say what somebody said. I'll just leave it like that. Let me just put him up, handing it out. And the Prime Minister was in half a tree, I've been told.
With the flyers.
So yeah, this is how important this is for them. Right? Here he is. A flyer in my hand on. All right. Let me move this. Here we go. In there.
Who's that man right there?
Take a look again and tell me what you think it is.
That Chuck look like a homeless man.
He's a homeless man, man.
All right. Well, this is how important it is to them that they have seen it fit to come out on the street. Now, things that we've never seen. We never see a Prime Minister come out and hand out booklet on street corner. And we see them coming out now doing it because they want to convince you that they have worked in your best interest since 2016 and that you should give them another chance to continue working in their interest. Well, we are going to show you some things now that these people have, it's disgraceful that they would come and put something like this out. And some of the things inside I'm going to show you, they're flat out lies. They're flat out lies. Here we go. And by the way, when I look at this, I notice I don't see the entire 49 of them. I see people here who are not ministers, but that's their business. Right? They can put in who they want to put in. We could just run it down page by page. And what we're going to do is, we're not going to, here's the plan. Here's the plan. The plan is I'm going to, because they list a lot of things by ministries. So we're going to go through them. We're going to point out a few things here, a few things there. And then we're going to go to my favorite minister because she's almost at the end. And we're going to spend a little bit of time with her. And after we're done with her, we're going to have a discussion. Then we're going to go to the Prime Minister. We're going to talk about him. And I'm going to show you some things with the court document that you may or may not have taken notice of. And it says record achievements. We call it an achievement of failure, because that's how we truly feel about it. Now let's skip the rhetoric. Say they put a bus right here. They put one of the school buses. We'll get to that. Now, make us see now, page 2. All right. So what I say? Let me put this up. We have brought murders down by almost 45%. Look at the next one. Gangs are being dismantled and guns are being taken off the streets. More than half of all known gangs were shut down and more illegal guns found and seized. Remember they told us they had about 150. At one point they had more than that. And they're saying that they've shut down half of those gangs. And yet we don't know anything about that. We know about Klansman. We know about one other that they have them in court. But what about the other 200 gangs? They said half of them shut down and more illegal guns found and seized. They don't tell about the illegal guns coming in at the rate of 200 per month.
But Ratty, not to cut you. This is one of the biggest lies the JLP has so far started in this list of achievements with the gangs. I'll tell you why I say so. You remember there was a gang in Westmoreland, and I wish Jeffrey was here with me, he would have remembered. But remember there was a gang that they brought to the court from Westmoreland that they said was giving a lot of trouble in Westmoreland. And that gang, the DP, they walked free because they didn't have the evidence to convict the gang that was in Westmoreland. I forget the name, but I know Jeffrey maybe could remind me. And when the case dropped, the DPP had to drop the case. There was not sufficient evidence to convict the
Somebody
man.
says the Uchen's gang. It's the Uchen's gang.
Uchen Wilson gang. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know what? The person who they're touting to replace the DPP. We picked 9 cases that she worked on, 9 major cases that she faltered on, and this case is one of them. They also don't forget what is it? The Klansman. I think the Klansman is it the Klansman where more than half of them walk, more than half of them free on the streets right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what I'm talking about. Dismantled. So this is just one. We can move on. We have one on. Look at this lie, people. This one here, Ed boy, this one will kill me. This one will kill me. Hold on a second. This one here. Look at this one. Look at this one. That established MOCA as an independent body. MOCA was established in 2014
by Dr. Carl Williams and Miss Barnes.
And Mr. Peter Bunting was the Minister of National Security.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the PNP-led government. Look at what them put right here. That they established MOCA as an independent body. People go Google it. Call Peter Bunting. Call anybody who knows anything about national security in Jamaica. MOCA was established in 2014.
But remember, Ratty, and how wicked these guys are. When they dismissed Owen Ellington, right? Remember, he was when the US said Owen Ellington could no longer be commissioner. Yeah? It's the US who tell them that. Because the US said to them, we will not give you any ballistic vests, we will not give you any bullets, and we will not give you any guns. No, they cancel the weapons deal with them. When they proposed the names to the United States for potential commissioners of police, when they submitted Dr. Carl Williams' name, the United States immediately, and I will say so with no fear, the United States immediately said, yes, we know Dr. Carl Williams because his wife, Dr. Barnes, Anne-Marie, is an adjunct lecturer at Texas AUM. Dr. Williams' thesis was on MOCA at Texas and the US gave him the support because they said this is a brilliant idea. So when them try come take credit for where them had not even Peter Bunting know about how MOCA farm. I say so. Peter could tell. Peter, no, I'm not lying. It was Carl Williams who said, no, we must form this. Yeah? So we must give credit where credit is due.
Well, there it is, folks, in black and white. They say them established MOCA, and just Google it right now and you will see for yourself.
I'm pulling it up right now too.
Yeah, Google it. Just look, when was MOCA established in Jamaica? Let me go to another page. Let me skip this. All right. You see this, people? Who feed Jamaica? They misspell Jamaica in one of the postings that they put out. You'll find it for me, Kevin?
Yeah, man. It is. I think they fixed that one.
Them fix it, yeah, but
I can borrow the mouse and show you.
Go ahead.
Oh, this one is so far behind. Look in the tabs up at the top there. To the left of that one. You'll see one titled Who Feed Jamaica.
See, try this. No. How them can represent Jamaica? Look on that, people. Look at that. Look at that.
I don't think the editor edited this one.
Yeah, but the things we're going to play where them talk about who's responsible for it and things like that. Something like this when you come up, this was hurriedly done. And yes, some people might say, well, it's just a typo, but this shouldn't happen. This shouldn't happen. Bring me back to Kevin.
Last tab in that group.
Like this, yeah.
Yep.
All right, Sita, that's over there. All right. Remember, go down, them say, them get extended irrigation system. Sita, so? They want to talk about farming now, Farming now. And here's another issue that they failed miserably on. One is, we know that they're planning to lift tariffs on produce. So what that means is that all of the farmers, them down in St. Elizabeth, dog nyam no supper. And I've been told that one of the reasons why that is going on is because they have some politicians who have their eyes on prime property down in St. Elizabeth. And some of them already live down in St. Elizabeth. And so they get the farmers them to just give up because the farmers them find it unprofitable to conduct farming. And this is one of the things that they're doing. So when they talk about the expanded irrigation systems, it's not true. We're going to come back to this, but we're just picking out some things and showing you how these people, they cannot be trusted because it's just pure lie. See now? That's Morgan doing Morgan things right there. Hold on this. See this one right here, Kevin? Over 34,000 new homes have been built. What did the Prime Minister promise? Promise 70. Promise 70. Look at the next one. Look, 2 bullet points down. First national rural school bus system. It never out yet. And the thing about it is that it's not even national because him said this is phase 1. People open understand what going on here, you know. Open understand what going on. They spend this is their way to attract you to say these are the things we have done, and you need to read these things. You need to understand. Again, I'm just bringing up these points, but you don't have to take my word for it. Go and look it up for yourself. Go and look it up. Make it come on again now. With them have one of them talk about improve water supply. Look at this one here. Brought electricity to more rural communities. How many? Did you satisfy the numbers that you said you were going to do back in 2016? No.
Ratty, let me stop you again at this one. Sorry about this one. Rural Electrification Program, REP, which was started by Michael Manley in the 70s, yes? Then in 2012, when the PNP came to power, they formed NESOL. You remember that name now?
I remember NESOL, yeah.
Lawrence Pommels, yeah? Always remember that name. How could they be doing rural electrification when the NESOL lost over so much millions unaccounted for? They find 20 million in a Lawrence Pommels house at Wolaba, plus other much high-end vehicles. So this is a lie. What they just started doing was to use the JPS about a year ago to do some wiring. Remember that program there? And the money come out of JSIF. Out of JSIF through funds granted by the USAID. So I don't know what these guys talking about. Anyway, proceed, Ratty.
All right. See that again, this is another typo. Ian Fleming spelling name is, as far as I know, is one M9. But we'll go fine, we move on. So that improve water supply for over 350,000 people. That's not what they told us in 2016. They said we are going to solve the water problem. Everybody got water. Them start tell you, and then 2020 them come and tell you about desalination plants. People don't forget these things. Do not forget these things. And then here's how them get 13,000 water tanks distributed. What kind of tanks? Black tanks. And we know the problem when they put when the black tank out there with the water in it, with the chemical release. We know all of that. Ask them if them have them tank there. People. Oh, let me go back there. See the bus there, you know. And the bus them start crash already and broke down. See one there, you know. Kevin. Bye. Let me see what else we have there. Oh, there's another one here. I want to show you something. You see this? Look at the top of the screen. No new taxes for 8 years straight. People, I'm begging you, please don't believe this. Because don't believe your lying eyes and your lazy brain. Don't believe them, because you know what happened? When them say no new taxes, you are thinking that them no tax, not at all. What they did was they didn't put taxes on things that weren't taxed before. That's what they meant by that. They were taxing things that were already taxed. Tobacco products, oil products, a whole range of products. They increased the taxes.
Don't forget the good white rum. The good white rum.
There you go. If you notice, they don't say no increased taxes. They didn't use the word increase. They said no new taxes. So what they're saying is that we didn't tax anything that wasn't taxed before. We didn't do that. That's what they mean by that. But the way it's phrased, you tend to think, even though say you pay more money for certain items, even though you know it, you still believe them when them tell us no new taxes. They mean, what you must ask them is, ask a simple question. Did taxes increase? And the answer is yes.
But Ratty, also with this tax one, this is the biggest scam in Jamaica. Remember, and your citizens, the students in the class who are from the UK, not so much the United States, but from the UK, that has a system called VAT, value added tax. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what Jamaica what they did? We switched from direct taxation, which would involve income tax, those direct taxes that would affect you. What they switched to was indirect tax now, which involved GCT or the VAT. So what they kept on doing was they were making more in tax collection because more was added to the food basket in terms of GCT items. So like where I am now, VAT is not on food supplies, but VAT is on luxury items. So your car, right? But what they have done, they have put VAT across the board, GCT across the board, and almost every single thing. So now they're pulling more from that indirect taxation. So when they give back $18 billion, then claiming for the 1.5, they took it back with an indirect taxation. So them give 20,000 and then take it back by about 15,000. Yeah.
There you go. Look at the next one. Lowest unemployment rate in our history. That is a damn lie. That is not even a lie. That is a damn lie. In January 2014, Statin started using a new methodology to measure unemployment. And they came out and they did an interview on Nationwide with Mr. Cliff Hughes, and they explained to him, they said, you cannot compare anything that happened after January 2014 with anything that happened before January. You cannot compare the rates. You know why? Because the methodologies are different. Before January, they used to say, if you're not working and you have working age, you're not working, you're unemployed. Now, after January, they said, in order for you to be considered unemployed, you must not be working and you must be actively looking for a job. So, if in December you give up looking for a job and then come to you in January and you say, well, I'm not looking for a job, you're not considered unemployed. So the rates are going to go down because a huge chunk of the people who are unemployed but not looking for a job, they're not classified as unemployed. And they know this. They know this, my people. But they come and they feed you this garbage. But what I want is, I know all of you around here, you're critical thinkers, and you know these things. I need you to go out and share the gospel with our brothers and sisters. Take them out of the darkness and bring them into light. Because this is what is going on. They're feeding you this garbage, and people see it, hear it, and believe it. They don't question it. You need to question it. That is a damn lie. Then they have one that government workers are paid better. Yeah, what government workers are talking about? How about them on the 300%? How about them on the 300%?
Well, it's the question is which government workers?
That's true.
But
That's
So they didn't necessarily lie. It's again, it's a matter of presentation. So here it is. They have presented numbers with unemployment. Yes.
This is a lie. This is a lie. What they're referring to, Ratty, could you just touch it back one more time, please?
Let me put it
the
back.
14,000 workers, right? Because this has been something that I have been championing for a long time, right? They did not. These workers they're referring to is workers that are not teachers, not nurses, not doctors, right? They are the lowest paid scale at the lowest paid scale in the government service. So these are contracted workers, yeah? What they did was removed from the 140,000 contract workers the government of Jamaica have, yeah? And only remove 14,000 of them and pretending now that they have done a big deal. Remember, had it not been for Dr. Peter Phillips, who advocated, said, no, you can't have people on contract continuously, especially in himself. If it is in the private sector, it's wrong. But it is worse when it's in the government service. So it is the advocacy of the PNP in opposition that led them to look at the fact that there's over 140,000 government workers that are on government contracts that should not be contracted workers. And them only take out 14,000. Let me tell you who them take out. You have this mosquito program and some other programs that they do. They make those persons permanent because they come from recommendations from the member parliaments. Yeah? So in NERA, in SARA, in different areas, the health aides, right? A lot of these people were made permanent because of their close association. It had nothing to do with government.
Oh, so a friend thing. Head boy. All right, like we lost you for a second there. Yeah.
No, absolutely. So, it's a friend thing. So the Peter Phillips opposed it. He said it worse when private sector have it bad when private sector have hotel workers knocking them about 3-month contract. The government of Jamaica was doing it, and Peter Phillips said we need to change it. Yeah.
So this is one instance where the opposition, a part of the government, stood up and said, hey, hold on. We can't do it so. And they got it right. Yes? Head boy, where you going again?
Head boy there. Head boy. You know, let me just jump in at Kevin and say, a gentleman just called me, you know. And him say him watching the program and him said him just want to know that him used to pay $4,500 for a piece of property him having in Jamaica. And it gone up now to 64,000.
Property tax.
Property tax. He used to pay 4,500 and said no, he's paying 64,000.
Well, right. It's not new taxation. It is increased taxation.
But you know something, general people? You have some people who believe that what we're saying no make no sense, you know, because deep down there is no new taxes. And there is no new taxes, but there is existing thing going on. But the way how they're thinking about it is that, you know, but we need to teach some. Go ahead, Ahmed.
The fact of the matter is the wording states that there's no new taxes. Just like Rebel said, we give the credit where the credit is due. There were no new taxes. People just need to understand that does not mean that the country is in a better position because taxes were not increased. So in order to avoid adding new taxes, you go ahead and you increase the existing taxes to cover whatever it is those new taxes we're going to be covering.
Right, like a gas tax, 2 gas tax. Remember, the government of Jamaica implemented 2 major gas tax. They said to us that the road of Jamaica was so bad when they came to office in 2016 that the reason for them putting on a gas tax on us is to fix the road. Now, none of that money, Ratty, has been put in the council fund, which it's supposed to go. Yeah? None of it has been put in there. They have used it primarily to buffer up the Ministry of Finance, to deal with recurrent expenditures. So this notion, the ordinary Jamaican is now paying more for electricity than they were paying for electricity in 2015. So this notion from the GLP that they have reduced taxes, they have put on 7% increased taxes on electricity. Don't let them fool you, because under previously, if you were doing 100 to 150 kilowatt, there was no taxes on it. Under the GLP, they have put on a 7% tax. They've only raised the threshold, right, to give more other person, but they have still put on a 7% tax on it. So this notion that no new taxes, gentlemen, especially with gas affect every single thing. The price of gas is in everything. So that in itself is a new tax.
Mm-hmm.
All right, make a run on, you know. We get to healthcare. People, we are going to skip this because we are going to do a whole segment on healthcare pretty soon. So we it don't make no sense we even stop here. So I just want to show you one thing though. Look at this one here. Major hospital upgrades. Tell me what you don't see. Look at the top of the screen.
Cornwall Regional Hospital.
Cornwall Regional. Jeffrey, a bright student, man. I can tell you. First in class.
We Cornwall Regional there.
No, that's supposed to be the major hospital upgrade. And it's missing.
You mad? That now that will never be, the JLP will never mention Cornwall as long as they live. When election
and also when they have Spanish Town Hospital, they have Noel Home Hospital, Spanish Hospital, and Sablum Hospital. The Sablum Hospital is a disgrace. Water coming in on people down there.
Yes. But we showed the clips.
What they're talking about.
We showed the clips.
The Chapelton Hospital that they claim they renovated and fixed. The people still don't have Summerfield Community Center and that tent to get health care.
Wait, when? No. Today?
To this day, you can ask anybody in Chapelton that's in the chat. Part of the hospital facility has not been totally completed. They still have to go to Summerfield Community Center for the doctors to look at them. It's just, I think they're about to reopening it now, but it is under construction. It has not been totally completed.
We never touch all the drill and the other things. And we are going to come back to this. We just have to point out some little things. We just have to touch and go. Let me show you something else now. Let me show you something else. Hold on. Just skip past him. We get to education. I think we should have just run past education too, because we are going to spend some time. We're going to spend some time with this. A lot of this stuff here they're putting is not true, simply not true, or half truth. Let me see, trained over 600 people. Then on the entertainment zone. Yeah, man. Now fun. Then go to sporting. We could run through this and let me just go to, hold on, National Disaster Fund. Hold on. Oh, look at this. Then buy 100 new garbage trucks.
But 100 dilapidated school buses.
110 used school buses to picnic them. So it people don't see what going on. All of this nonsense that we don't put up right there, so we will get to them. Let me go down and say what else there. So tourism. We're going to have a segment on tourism, so we're going to debunk all of this stuff here. What am I talking about? All right, so what I'm talking about, protecting the preparing for storms, protecting our future. That has to do with the environment. And remember the money we then pay for the cat bond, where Jamaica will never see a cent of that money unless a category 5 hit Jamaica. And if a category 5 hit Jamaica, Jamaica will not recover.
Nope,
what's the insurances can't cover even one parish. And I think we're spending something like $10 million a year for that, for that insurance. And we won't be able to collect. If we collect from that, Jamaica mash up. Then better hope that that's one of the conditions to it, that a category 4 or 5 must pass over Jamaica.
No, Ratty, not just the category 5, you know. Remember what the bright, brilliant
I
minister said?
understand.
He said a certain barometric.
Right.
Right, a
So
barometric pressure. Yeah.
Yes.
So remember that the storm that came to Jamaica warranted us getting a payout. But they said the barometric pressure wasn't. I never hear this yet.
no, it's a joke. See it's right at the top, create a national disaster fund. So the country has money ready for emergencies like storms, flood. No. Joke. And them all fix government. Look what fix government.
Mr. Rattigan, put back her face, no man. Look at her good, you know. Because our good friend Jerry Small asked her certain questions at the constitutional meeting, you know. He said to her, you know, fire them most still and think a cool breeze, yeah.
Look at this one here. Them set up and funded the Integrity Commission to fight corruption.
They should be ashamed to put this in any book.
And now trying to pull their teeth.
Yeah. And look at them though. Appointed a minister for efficiency and innovation. This is Audrey Marks I'm talking about, you know. Audrey Marks who a complete failure in Washington, and then bring she now so she come to make things more efficient. You believe that?
3 months before an election, by the way.
Yes.
You mean
See that one? Them introduce job description for members of parliament, making it clear what they're responsible for and helping voters hold them to it. Come on, man. I'm not take off idiot. We look fool, but we're not fool. See how See how man? Colossal failure in Washington, D.C. Huge failure. But we are going to deal with she. No, see the one I want to talk now, yeah. We want to talk about this one a little bit before we jump into the Prime Minister. All I want to know, I go on the Prime Minister thing. No, you see this right here? Introduce a new national diaspora policy. No, Jeffrey, I'm telling about that policy. Because what happened is that, remember, Jeffrey, we register and take what the name.
Yes.
Global Jamaica Diaspora Council belongs right now to no one. You, my dear brothers and sisters, anyone that you can go right now and register it and take that name and stop them from using it in America. And you know why? They cannot register it because the person who leads that diaspora group is the junior minister, Minister Terry Long, the junior minister in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. Them can't register it. They cannot register it. That organization is an organization that should be, the member should register with the Department of Justice under the Foreign Agents Registration Act. They're playing with their liberties, because I'm telling you, if this government, this American government says, okay, we're gonna, and actually they started, they're more stringent now. But these people are working for a foreign government. They need to go down there in DC and register and say, we are working for a foreign power. They need to do it. And I've asked them, have you guys gotten legal advice, legal counsel regarding this? They're not giving them no legal counsel. They don't. Look at where my favorite minister claim now, her claim to fame. Yeah. More seamless and less costly customs arrangements for return and philanthropy. What does it mean? People?
Lie.
What does it mean? Look at that one. Hosted 4 major diaspora conferences, bringing thousands of Jamaicans from around the world to share ideas and support development. Guess who do that? Bujo.
Yeah.
Guess who? The Vibes Cartel do it.
Mm-hmm.
More people show up for them things than we show up for this 4 diaspora combined. Hosted 2 successful CARICOM heads of government. Come on. Secured major international support from global partners. Hey, by the way, Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith, you just get some stuff from India, you know. And people need some of them supplies and equipment there right now. You don't have to wait for a catastrophe, because we have one right now. So you need to free up some of them things so that the people can get medical treatment. finalize visa-free arrangements with countries like Ghana. What does that mean? How does it benefit Jamaica? Signed on to new partnership agreement with
Exim Bank,
yeah.
yes.
You know what that mean, people? That means them I get ready for borrow money.
Borrow money from Africa, yes.
Borrow them I get ready for borrow money, right? Secured seats, Jamaican seats in key international organizations. What them don't tell you is that some of the seats for them secure are people who left, ambassadors who resigned from the foreign ministry because the camaraderie is at an all-time low.
Yes.
Don't tell you them things, yeah, right? We'll tell you some more things about them, man. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm going on there.
Mr. Rattigan, stick right there. Go back to that picture there. This one here. Is this an achievement of the Jamaican government?
No, it's
Heads
not
of CARICOM meetings?
No, it's not an achievement. It's scheduled. Yeah, them put it down, but it's scheduled. It's scheduled. It's round robin thing, you know. It's round robin thing.
But so everybody must get them turn.
There you go. And that should never be an achievement of the whole administration at all.
That's what I'm saying. Some of the things they put down as achievement, they're statements. They're not achievements, right? I'm gonna go down some more now. Safeguarding Jamaica through crisis. All right. Let me talk to you now about my minister, Kamina Johnson Smith. Let me talk to her about that.
You mean the one that had a brain fog?
You want to talk to us about the brain fog? Talk to the people about the brain fog we have.
You know, remember the minister was presenting on the through them on a TIF PNP plan for the water. Remember the PNP had proposed a plan to help older people, senior citizens, with a cap of $4,000 for them water, right? She now trying to explain what they're going to do. You know, I wrote this, but I seem not to be able to read it. I'm having a brain fog.
Look.
I'm going to send you the clip right now, Ratty. Let me send you the clip right now.
Send me the clip there. I'm passing on to Kevin there. Yeah. Let me just tell the people some things about what going on over that ministry, right? I've just go down the list. We're not going to really discuss them now because we have things where we have to deal with on a 524 right now. We have two major topics we have to deal with. How many of you remember the ministry's role in getting Jamaicans out of Ukraine? How many of you remember that? That they failed at it because I got phone calls with people asking me to get people out of Ukraine because them said the Jamaican government is absent. Jamaican government not helping them.
And just to make this clear to Jamaicans overseas, it is the duty of the Jamaican government to see to it that the citizens get out of harm's way. It is the duty of the Jamaican government to see if Jamaicans are languishing in prisons around the world. And with the students in Ukraine, it was the sole duty of the Jamaican government to bring them home. No one was supposed to borrow any money. It is the sole duty of the Jamaican government to bring home those students from Ukraine. And what Camilla Johnson Smith did, along with the whole administration, is an indictment on the people of this country. Sir, I think I can go ahead, sir.
No. Mega what? Oh yeah, Mega take a picture with her and me says, no. I see the picture, Mega. I see it. No, so we talk about the students and people living in Ukraine when the war started. Jamaican government failed miserably in assisting these people to return to Jamaica or return to safe haven. They failed miserably. Do you remember people when during COVID time when the cruise ships were shutting down, that we had Jamaican workers who Jamaica didn't want to take them back. Them out there and go from island to island. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is how them treat with people, you know.
Do we also
about the fishermen? The fishermen, when the US didn't get involved, and you remember it was said that the minister says she didn't know that Minister Chang knew about it, but she never. All kinds of foolishness went on.
And the breach of the shipwright agreement that we were signatory of, and when KD took her to task and said, do you know what the shipwright agreement means? Oh, I'm going to have to take a deep look at it.
There you go. There you go. You know, she is the same lady who had to apologize to Senator Floyd. What Floyd last name again, Jeffrey?
Floyd Morris.
Yes. Yeah. After she made a statement about him because he's, as you know, he's blind, and he wanted to review a document using Braille, and she made a statement which was very unfortunate, and she was forced to come out and apologize to him. Then there was also a situation with her and Mr. Nicholson in the Senate, where she was accused of lying. Yes. Now, do you remember that? Well, you don't remember these people, but there's a policy, a gender policy, that the minister came out and she's in open violation of it, because she said that most of, I forgot the number she gave, but most of her managers, they're women, and she was bragging. That is not what the gender policy is.
She said 60% of our ministry is women, top leadership. 60%.
Yes, and she was bragging.
And it should be parity, should be 51-49. That's the parity, 51-49.
We must not forget about the vote in the UN when they had the Jamaican ambassador to the United Nations sitting in them seat like a jackass, and I wait for them to tell them how to vote on the Palestine and Israel-Palestinian issue. Yeah?
He abstained.
No, I'm never. What happened is that him never even vote. Him never even vote. Him sit down there and
go bathroom.
Yes. The vote was not recorded.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was waiting. Yeah, he was waiting to get.
He had diarrhea and he went to the bathroom.
No, here's another thing, people. Remember now. Remember this. This is important. Everything we are talking about important, but this is very important. The ministry is not the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It's not the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I should say it's not only. It's the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. So we must ask her, what about the trade relations we have with China, with Russia, CARICOM, with other nations? She's useless when it comes to foreign trade. She's useless.
She has not negotiated one trade agreement, not one new trade agreement. The Canto agreement has expired. The APFC agreement is now in breach. The Caribbean Basin Initiative with this new American administration is at risk. And Minister Johnson has not proposed one new trade agreement with our trade partners so that we can bypass some of the tariffs that's coming on us right now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Another thing affecting our ministry is that at one point, they have more political appointees than career diplomats. And these people they're bumbling idiots. And that's why we're not respected, because they have no idea about diplomacy and foreign policy. They have none. These are people who contribute a change to the campaign, or them are friends of a friend or whatever, and then give them a job. And they put them in places where they shouldn't be. And as a result of that, go and look at your website. They have a lot of political appointees when they should have career diplomats. You see, it's a small country. So what you want to maximize your efforts overseas. It's not like America where you have foreign posts all over the world. And so you can make a third of them, a political appointee. It's a small operation. Small operation. How about this? Remember one time, Jamaica was well respected, particularly in Africa. The non-aligned, Africa, Latin America, the non-aligned movement. Jamaica is not respected now. Nowhere Jamaica is respected. Not even in Jamaica. Them respect the foreign ministry. It's not respected. Go ahead, sir.
And that is why I said it publicly and I said it privately. If the People's National Party gains state power, or when it gains state power, they have to appoint Ambassador Aluma Asamba to clean up Jamaica's diplomacy in Washington and around the world. Is either appoint her to ambassador to the United Nations or ambassador to Washington, D.C. Because as far as there's other people who can do it, But what I see so far for now, the only person who I see now who can mend Jamaica diplomacy around the world or within Washington or the United Nations is Ambassador Alum Asamba. Jamaica need to mend his diplomacy. Right now, nobody no respect we. Mr. Rattigan, over to you, sir. Unmute your mic, sir.
But know that she contested for the position in the Commonwealth. She went to about 9 countries, about 9 thereabouts, in Africa. And I'm being told that not once was she greeted by a head of state. Not once, including the one where people have said that she go by Obia. You see the one where she went to
to Ghana.
Yeah, they installed her as Madam something of tourism, right?
Yes.
She's not respected. She went
to the Ashanti. I could tell you she went to Kumasi in the Ashanti region, and she used her Jamaican. The same people them want to fight the Maroons, you know, because I have some good friends in Ghana, in Kumasi actually. And what she did, she went to them in Ghana saying she was representing Jamaica. So the moment she said Jamaica, the Ashanti people say, yes, come, we'll honor you. That's our daughter. But when them see her, Jeffrey and Ratty, them say, Bogolan, she don't look like we.
Yeah. Yep. You know, one of the things, so the thing is, we're not respected. And oh, by the way, she is the longest serving foreign minister in the history of Jamaica. And by all accounts, she is the worst. Now, we must ask her about the representative and the envoy that we have to the to Africa Union. We haven't heard from these people. We're paying for these people. Jamaican taxpayers' money have paid for them people, and we haven't heard anything. How is that benefiting Jamaica? Then here's a significant one: the relationship with Venezuela.
Yeah. Do not touch my toe, Ratty. Do not touch my toe. That's my department. But go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm touching your toe, sir.
Remember, you know, Wheatley, I started at Petrojam. They deliberately developed a bad relationship with Venezuela. The ambassador to Jamaica from Venezuela and the ambassador here from Venezuela in the Eastern Caribbean is my very good friend, the one here in the Eastern Caribbean. She told me that the reason why Jamaica quickly expropriated the shares of PDVSA was because Venezuela started to do its audit. Venezuela never normally audit Petrojam, you know. They normally just take whatever the auditors give them and keep it as that. It was a scheme now to end the diplomatic tie with Venezuela, so Venezuela could not pursue the monies in Petrojam. That was why they started to treat Venezuela. It is so bad now in Jamaica. The Venezuelan embassy, if anybody knows, is it the PCJ building, them call it the building they right at New Kingston, right? Yeah. Do you know the Venezuelans cannot collect their salary? They cannot collect their salary. They cannot pay their rent. And Minister Kamina Johnson knows it. The Venezuelans, because of being blocked from the SWIFT system, as you know, Ratty, because of the thing on them. She knows the issue. She has not made any arrangements for the staff of the Venezuelan, and I'm saying this with tears in my eyes, because my learning of Spanish was done at the Venezuelan Institute, and these people are such good people to Jamaica. And Minister Kamina Johnson.
Head boy, what happened to you? Pegasus take you over?
Because the people have the money, you know, it's sitting in the bank, them can't pay them rent.
Huh? Well, the thing is that relationship has been destroyed. Plus, the Venezuela filed a lawsuit against Jamaica. It's pending in court right now for the refinery. For the refinery, yeah. Because Jamaica took over the thing, and I think Venezuela owned 49% of it, and they're not getting any money, and they're in court right now. And Jamaica going to lose.
But yes, Ratty, the question you must ask your listeners, and the question the Venezuelans have asked me to ask Jamaicans, where is their money? The monies were told in Parliament when Peter Phillips opposed the expropriation. Andrew said, don't worry, we are not taking the Venezuelan people's money. We're putting it to sit in escrow. But there's no proof of where that money is going. And that is why I'm now asking a serious question. Could it be certain real estate developments that we're seeing happening? Is the people that money in an escrow them and use? Because you must have an escrow bank. You must have an attorney who holds funds in escrow. So which bank in Jamaica holds the Venezuelan 49% shares that the government of Jamaica gave back, was supposed to hand over back to them in cash?
Look, head boy, here's something. You see people, geopolitics, is not for people who wear short pants. You have to tough as nails. You have to know what you're doing. Here's what happened. Jamaica was in a bad position. Jamaica went to Venezuela and the Petrocaribe deal. That deal, it wasn't for cheap oil. Jamaica got oil at market price. But here's what the agreement was. The agreement was, Venezuela will give you a loan, will finance 60% of the oil that you're going to take. And that payment is deferred for 2 years. Who else did I go give them that deal? And then they wrote off some of the loans. And what happened? We destroyed the relationship. The US government stepped in, we destroyed the relationship, and guess what happened? The US government started buying oil from Venezuela. Guess who couldn't buy oil from Venezuela? Jamaica. And we never even have the foresight to say, okay, US, buy the oil from them and then you sell it to us. Give us the same deal that they gave us, because what happened is that we went along with the plan that you proposed. Why they never did that?
Because that was not the intent, Ratty. The intent was to hold on to the Venezuelan people money. Their intent, look at this, and why we never had to pursue it. Trinidad and Tobago has an issue with its Petrochin refinery. So they're not refining oil now. Trinidad and Tobago buys oil from Venezuela. They got an OFAC exemption. Yeah? Because remember, PDVSA is under OFAC sanctions. So they got an permission to buy. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonzalez buy oil. St. Lucia is buying oil. And up to 2018, St. Kitts Nevis, Antigua, and Anguilla was buying oil. In the same time, we were expropriating the people's shares. So it was not, we never had to do it right away. And as you suggested, Ratty, we could have negotiated another way, which says, okay, the Americans have authorized it. Let us buy from Exxon, which is already in Venezuela, which is already approved to buy Venezuelan Exxon and Chevron. We could have gone that route, but they don't want to do it because they wanted to keep them Wakanda party.
Well,
Mr. Rattigan, you haven't touched on the issue of them going over to
Haiti.
Going over to Haiti, going over to Clifton to bulldoze down poor people land.
No, we are talking about foreign affairs.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why we don't really. Then here's another thing now. Because we'll come back. We'll do a full program on this. But we'll touch and show the people all of the issues, with them not telling. Remember, there was a same-sex couple that came to Jamaica. At least they were planning to come to Jamaica.
Yes.
And Minister Kamina Johnson said, no way, they can't come. Blah, 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 it's against our law. And notice, you hear nothing more about it. I know big bad America now go back down. I did an ATI. I'm going to file it now next week with the tribunal because I asked them, tell me what happened with this situation. And up to now, I can't get an answer. Then, here's another thing. The travel advisory, right? She and the Minister Kamina Johnson Smith and Ambassador Audrey Marks, two losers. Two colossal losers. They claim that they were working on it and they were doing this. And it got to the point where they started asking the diaspora to help, to write letters and call people. I would say, but them now appear we. Them appear she. Them appear Ambassador Marks. That's her job. And Minister Vaz said them dumb, dark, and stupid. And sometimes I don't think him actually refer to us out there. I think he might refer to some of my own people, I think he might refer to some of my own people.
And himself.
Yeah. The travel advisory people is a huge problem. We're going to talk about that. You can go back and look at the travel advisory and you will see that the travel advisor, the wording is still the same. Even though they said it's 2, it's a 3. The US government can just switch it anytime they want and even make it to a 4 and Jamaica done. Now, I would like to ask Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith, what happened to the ambassador in Berlin? We haven't had an ambassador in Berlin for quite some time. Why? Why? And I know we have some folks in Germany listening right now when I call for them name, because they're on a public service. But they're there, and you want to know what happened. It's been years now. Then they also close diplomatic installations. They close it in Venezuela. They close it in Brazil. They close it somewhere else. Not to mention the fertilizer from Morocco, where we sold out the people of the Western Sahara.
Western Sahara, yes.
Yeah. Most of you people know about this already, the fertilizer thing. Then
Can you teach us on this one? You
know?
No, I said you, but remember, Ratty, with the same fertilizer, them sell out the Western Sahara people, yeah, who have a dispute over land with Morocco. But it go further. Look what them do. They have persons in the GLP who are now selling the Moroccan fertilizer. Yeah, so we know that this minister will go down in history as being one of the only minister to have accepted so many gifts from the international community, but can't tell how them distribute the gift them.
True. That's true. Absolutely true. And then, they claim that they're going to establish a foreign service institute. Ask them wait there. Ask them. People, these are, hear them talk about them achievements. Make them talk to you about them demerits. Make them talk to you about them deficiencies here where we just raised. And you see, just like how them say, and by the way, you see when them come and them tell you this nonsense that this is just some of the things in the achievement. No, that is all. Because if we made have better things than what them put out, them would have put it. This is no time. The election season, this is no time for them for hold back. They would have put it in that glossy document with all kind of misspelling and all kind of things. They would have put it inside here. They have not more for tell you no. I tell you about, what? Hold on a second. I think I have her here, I don't think I subject matter. No, we know what I think about Jeffrey, but I'm not that. No, all right, here she is. Hold on. I want to listen to this. Listen to this.
Senior member of the Jamaica Labour Party's election campaign team, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, says Jamaicans have 256 reasons to give the party a third term. Senator Johnson-Smith, who chairs the Manifesto and Achievement Committee, says the party's achievement booklet launched yesterday is a demonstration of accountability.
And publishing this book was about saying that there are at least 256 reasons.
A lie. You don't have no more. And the 256 where you have a whole heap of them are statements. They're not achievements. Talk about the things them where look, here's the thing. If there is something called a social contract, people. Remember that, social contract. And what it essentially is, it's saying, we the people will give you, our elected representative, the vote. We'll give you the vote so that you can represent us. We are hiring you, right? And we're hiring you to build roads, to build bridges, to build schools, build houses, get jobs, this, that. So when you do it, guess what? I don't know, favor you do, It's not a favor. You are required to do it. So don't come tell about you achieve building roads. No, you're supposed to build roads. People, when you ever hear this, you hire somebody to do a job and them come out and start tell you them want a medal because them do the job. Well, our work cut out for us because here's what happened. Them come and build my house, right? And then the foundation lean, the door and windows not hung right, ceiling roof a leak, bathroom now work, not kitchen now work, floor lift up, and yet still them want to go tell people say, oh, we're in business to build more houses. No, guess what happened? It's your job now. If I say no, don't make them people build no house for you. Them don't know what them are do. It's your job to make them to come out and make that statement, because what's happening is that they're trying to sell a narrative that is completely false. Completely false. I'm going to finish listening to what you have to say, which is not much.
That you should vote for the Jamaica Labour Party. Essentially, it's saying that we're holding ourselves accountable to you, and we want you to continue to hold us to account, because that's what democracy is about. We want you to know that your vote counts. And that's why we ask you to not only choose Jamaica, but to choose the Jamaica Labour Party.
Chairperson of the JLP's Manifesto and Achievement Committee, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, speaking yesterday at a JLP press briefing.
You know, people, that is not right.
My question, though,
right. I was going to play, but I was going to play another video with her, and you know, a moment of levity, but we know not that run. So today was all about business, people. Kevin,
yes.
where you there? Go ahead.
But Mr. Rattigan, my question though is this: I have never seen, in all my how many years on earth, and as a Jamaican citizen living in my country and outside of my country, I have never ever seen Bruce Golding, Portia Simpson Miller, Edward Siaga, Michael Manley, PJ Patterson come up with something like this and say this is the achievement and this is what you must vote for and whatever. I've never seen this. And it begs to ask the question, is it that the minister was put there as the chairman for the Manifesto committee, communication committee, because Idiot Amin has been doing a poor job, and they think that the minister is going to do a better job? But the minister did a poor job because the minister couldn't spell Jamaica. Anyway, go ahead.
You know, Marlene Williams says something very profound. She said, because them said choose Jamaica. We will choose Jamaica, but we will not choose corruption. Now, let me tell you something now. Marlene, you preempt me, because I was going to say to people, in fact, I was told today I was told by a very prominent Jamaican that the people up, Jeffrey Tavares would call them the Vumba Va, Vumba V, people up on the hill, that they said, as a community, as a group, they're not voting JLP, they're not voting PNP, they are voting against corruption.
Here.
We are voting against corruption.
Exactly.
This is the money class who said that. Them say we not come out and talk from a party or anything. We're saying what we're seeing is not good for the country. The corruption is out of control, and we are voting against it. Marlene, look, let me finish out Marlene, because Marlene, Marlene, me and you need to talk, man. Me need to talk, because that's very profound what you put right there, so Marlene. Much appreciated. Now, the Samoa agreement. Remember the agreement that they said that they have to teach certain things to the children in school and blah 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 in order to get the money. What happened to that? What happened to that? And borrowing a page, borrowing some words from the minister. We have lots. This is only a few of what we have to talk about. We have a lot more. Anything you can talk about, we can talk about, and we can talk about longer. And the things that we are talking about directly affect the Jamaican people. When oil price go up, everybody get affected by it. Everybody get affected by it. Some more than others. When people don't respect way across the globe, that's a problem. That's a problem. But here's what we are going to do, people. We're going to close it off right there, now. We'll close it off right there, so with the achievements. We're going to come back, and when we come back in the next few days and weeks, we are going to pick ministries one by one. And then we're going to do some deep discussions. We're going to engage in some deep discussions about what is so wrong with these ministers and ministries and permanent secretaries and the policies. We're going to talk about that, because you need to know this to become an informed voter. We need every person out there. We need all hands on deck. informed voters, so that when you go out, you can talk to people and raise the issues and discuss them intelligently. You don't argue from a position of emotion. You don't do that. Or from a position of devotion. You devote it to a particular party. No, you devote it to the issues. The issues.